want.
Yeah, sure.
More of just kind of having a little bit of fun with the hover. Varus makes sense.
I mean, I think Elise is playable as well. Like, with the jungle respawn slowing down, you don't need to rush as hard for power clearing. I really do think Elise, like, it should be tangentially, you know, in the chance like conversation once in a while, especially when you get like the Renekton. Just look, you're gonna have some setup there. It's gonna turn into some kills, turn into some lane dominance. Nidalee, obviously, totally reasonable pick as well. You know, the more common pick there, obviously, has faster clear. Sure, lots of good things to think about. Gnar gonna be the safe answer. I'm gonna be very interested in what the rest of it's gonna look like. Ultimately, they're gonna let Nidalee go through. Varus is gonna be higher priority. I said, okay, go for it.
Yep. Varus makes a lot of sense. I mean, I think, again, it's just kind of saying, we know what you want. You know, they're kind of just having a little fun back and forth. Leona, I also really love here because Leona is another great setup for Nidalee. One of the stats that I found really interesting when I was looking at it in spring is champion pairings and which champion pairings were most effective. And throughout pro play, both Nidalee and Renekton and Nidalee plus Leona as pairings were well over 70% win rate globally as pairings. They were smashing in spring, so this is really some effective setup here for the Nidalee. Point and click stuns, be able to follow up there with the spear, and we'll see if Blabber is going to be able to get that done. I do like the answer of Braum. I think that Braum both is able to block out these spears, but also is just so effective against comps that want to dive towards him. If you want to come at him, then he's going to be so strong. You play Guardian Braum, you play with Exhaust, you stand on top of the Varus, they're all going to dive on him, and guess what? You're blocking that damage, you're landing the ult appeal, can be extremely effective.
Absolutely. I credit Ming a lot with popularizing this. Obviously, being the MSI champion, people are going to look at your teams. RNG, yeah. And he was the first one at MSI to bring out constant Braum games. And it wasn't just a meta call for semifinal, played it in the finals as well. It's like, yeah, turns out he's good in the dive comps. And everyone's just rushing to grab Leona and sometimes Rel and Alistar and Nautilus and dive. It's like, well, chill about that. Braum fits, we just need to make sure we have engage elsewhere, and if we do, then it's fine. Varus ult, not terrible. Gnar sometimes is Mega Gnar. You probably need a little bit more coming to the jungle. It's still a little touchy, but it is a good setup. And yeah, I think Volibear also, by the way, an outstandingly strong champion. And look, none of them are Nautilus, but one of these guys is going to get a fight started.
Absolutely. And we'll see where they want to go.
Wow, okay. Great.
Back-to-back Zin's out games. So going to be really interested to see what build Closer does go. It was pure tank last time around. Malphite. So it's going to be Renekton mid. Very likely. You could do Malphite, you know, mid. That has seen some play, but it's like kind of like a do and be thing. It's not really a global thing.
Yeah.
So I'm more expecting it to be Renekton mid here, Malphite top, all about dive, all about the combo here that you can pull off. Leona goes in, Malphite there as well. Start things up. It's Karma. Locked.
Of course it is. Abbedaggo, welcome to the LCS. You are on Karma duty, my friend. I can see him right over there. He's clearly grinning. He's can't wait to play more Karma.
100 Thieves fans are molting right now. Oh, man, that is actually too funny.
This makes a lot of sense. And the reason I'm going to say it is because there's a real, like, Braum cannot stop the Malphite one-shot machine. If he wants to build AP, he can. And, like, if Varus doesn't flash, he's actually just dead to the combo.
Yeah. He's not going to go AP, though. He's going to go full tank, but I still agree.
I know.
It's to absorb the engage.
Right. It's to absorb the engage because, like, turns out they're going to dive on you. And if you don't get one shot by the stun combo, which Karma Shield's going to prevent, then the rest of the fight's going to look good. FBI is going to just belt out absurd amounts of damage. This comp is clearly about him. Karma, by the way, a great enabler for melee running champion, so an enabler for closer Xin Zhao. It does fit the comp.
My concern is that they are fairly low on damage, and this is...
Hi, how's it going, Isaiah? Just primes me for the conversation.
Yeah, it sets the tone.
It does. Yeah, that's good. Unintentional pun, because ringtone. You're welcome for that one.
I hate you.
Yeah, I know. See? I got you to say it again.
This time wasn't out of context. All right, League of Legends, baby. Let's go. We're into game here. We got the Renekton mid. Seeing more of these longsword starts as well on Kai'Sa. It seems to be getting a bit more popular. I think especially against some of the more poke-heavy lanes, it can make sense. If you're expecting Varus to kind of be hitting you with a lot of the poke, the additional health potion can be pretty valuable for the early lane phase. And of course, it is kind of more of a rush towards your mythic, or even if you want to go, you know, serrated Dirk right off the bat, can be pretty strong. ProView. It's back.
Yes.
And we're getting a free matchup for every single game. I think that's actually really cool. Yeah. And you're going to be able to get to check out Perkz versus Abbedaggo.
Which would you watch, Renekton or Karma?
Karma.
Yeah, of course you would.
Yeah, what a banger.
Yeah. He's got a Dark Seal, okay? It's high-risk Karma.
That's true.
Resolve secondary, almost certainly to get the Revitalize rune so that your shields are better. Cloud9 versus Reaper.
Oh,
Indeed.
true.
Yeah. We've had a lot of that. I mean, Aphromoo has played against Johnson a few times already. That was obviously a very strong pairing as well. And Licorice against Cloud9, and that was, been a bit of a coach shock for him as well.
That's a good.
Yeah.
I love that they put that one up. Horrified to
job.
find out someone on the LCS production team is reading this thread. We're always watching.
That's true. I used to have a like live tracking for the word freak in oh nice, yeah. I was actually going to talk about that. I wasn't even intentional. I had TweetDeck auto follow the word freak, and then it started to follow usernames with freak, and then I immediately couldn't do it anymore.
Okay.
Because it turns out the kind of content you see on Twitter when your username includes freak is often not great.
Okay.
Yeah, and now we're off. Okay.
League of Legends.
Yeah, League of Legends. So let's move on.
Get your mind out of there.
All right.
We're trying to play some video games.
We are trying to play some video games, but look, we were reacting to what was on the screen. Okay, it's the job of play to just follow whatever it's there. I'm on Burgundy question mark.
You can help yourself. Yeah.
We got there, and now Abbedagga. Welcome to the LCS. That is a Dom1 logo over your head, and then Italy has forced you to burn Flash already.
Yeah, I like this. Blabber basically wasted no time. 3 camps straight towards mid lane. He expended very little to actually make this happen. He's actually still ahead of the clear that Closer is doing because he is playing Nidalee. Yes, it is faster, but he didn't waste a lot of time. He could still go into the 6 camp clear. Fudge?
Oh, is he just going to die? That hop is perfect. He's gone.
Now.
Yeah, no flash. First blood the Someday fans were waiting for. It's why the Karma goes mid. This man's meant to carry. I love it. But thank you. That is a good thumbs up.
Thumbs up indeed. He's like, well played Someday. I mean, you would have had to flash the hop to actually deny the double hop there to have a chance of actually getting out. May have still gone down, but once he's behind you, there's no way out. You just got to accept your death. And Fudge going to be going down early here, so could be some good pressure for Someday. Generally against Malphite, if you don't create an advantage in the early levels, you don't create an advantage. It's just very difficult to punish this champion once he gets some levels under his belt, gets some items up. So Someday getting this kill will allow him to have a shot at trying to really kind of snowball a little bit.
Abbedagga moving towards his jungler, though, as the flash comes in for Perkz. There's a Xin Zhao right there. Didn't know it, didn't assume he was on bottom scuttle, and Closer found himself a kill. Blabber gets right back out behind Thieves, 2-0.
Yeah, this is a huge start for them. Perkz kind of overextending. I mean, he flashes in to actually land the stun. Doesn't know where Xin is, but more problematic is the fact that Blabber wasn't actually there to land the spear immediately following up. So the stun had landed and expires before the spear actually comes through. So even without him, I'm not sure that would have been a kill.
Maybe not, but he went for the play. Sadly, did not work out. So 100 Thieves, finding a way to continue to punish Cloud9 off of Scuttle Crabs, basically, as the jungler was there. And it's picking up where they left off. Cloud9.
It's a stretch.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not going to give you that one.
Yeah, that's valid. But it's, hey, it's Perkz and Blabber not quite getting what they wanted. 1,000 gold puts 100 Thieves ahead. It's actually the bottom lane just chilling. I mean, that feels great.
Yeah.
We're up in farm, and everyone else getting kills.
And look at the longsword start. You're already down 3 potions. They're all gone. The pots are all gone off of Vulcan as well. You haven't forced a single potion out of the 100 Thieves bottom lane, so that's pretty concerning. When you're already down and you have no more pots remaining, like, it's just going to get worse, right? So Blabber being down here maybe can help bail them out. Can they actually get a punish here?
Shield comes up, big damage flash into safety, but can he even live cleanse? FBI thought he had heal. Might not matter anyway. Javelin just sidestepped who he's on the way out. Q's not going to land. Ultimately, they're going to walk away regardless. Nice attempt. Gets 3 summoners out.
Yeah, I mean, the cleanse wasted there. It's honestly shocking how often you do see professional marksmen. It's just kind of that built-in instinct where they think they have heal, they go for the heal there. And now there's the potential to actually go for a return gank on FBI because he will be down the cleanse. And there is that setup for the Leona available. Closer looking for a little bit of counter jungling action. Fudge is way too healthy to try to actually dive. So we'll see if Xin can go towards mid and look for a wraparound after taking down the Wolves, because he has pretty good positioning here. If he steps on the trap, that would be unfortunate, but looks like it won't be touched. And if Perkz goes forward at all here, he could be in trouble. But who he just showed. So now you're just going to back up.
Yeah, okay. Walks it in. Not going to do much of anything. Perkz is going to be safe now in front of his turret. The trap's time out. Still not going to be much. Closer waiting for the Scuttle to respawn. Keeping it going. Right now, farm identical to Blabber's Nidalee, plus the assist from the Silver Platter. Blabber knocks down a ward and makes that CS +2. Doesn't really count as a camp, but hey, it's still gold, still XP. Perkz now level 6. ready to play real League of Legends on the Renekton. Ssumday just pushing in the wave. And yeah, pretty easy turret plate to be grabbed as well. Deals more damage while he's Mega Gnar because it's based off your max health. And then hops right back out.
Nicely done. Continuing to try to extend that advantage. Fudge keep you up in farm, but you're already down to kill. The second plate has almost even gone down as well. So I think it's going to be getting a little bit difficult. I want to see Cloud9, though, get back towards the bottom lane. You force summoners there, you need to try to punish, right? You know, Abbedagge is down his flash, but that's going to be up pretty soon. Still about a minute or two until FBI has his cleanse. There's no summoners whatsoever on Huhi. So it does feel like a lane you can attack, and Cloud9 are going to need to try to get something back here because right now they're just kind of bleeding out as far as farm, as far as resources. Their bot lane is pretty far behind, and it is going to be Poke Varus. You see the tier and double longsword coming through.
Indeed. And we have an Amp Tome. So not conclusive yet which way Abbedagge is going. It builds into all the things he could have built, basically, outside of Locket. So we don't know just yet, but yeah, that is a Manamune coming through. Now, Manamune can always be an on-hit item.
It can.
I'm going to hold out hope for a little while longer.
Don't hold up hope.
Yeah, but I'm going to. Listen, all right? I cheer for the LCS at Worlds every year. I hold out hope constantly, okay? This will be their year, 100 Thieves. Right now, Ward's coming down, getting rid of some of the vision, and yeah, Huhi and FBI have to play a bit more defensively. Perkz gonna be found out. We know his flashes, has the ulti. Javelin gonna land, big stun, and he's on the way out. Huhi there, Blabber, Vulcan as well. Down to 400 health as Renekton gets a big heal, but now he has been surrounded. There's just too many of them. Huhi makes sure to not steal the kill in case it was gonna be too late. Finally, Closer grabs the second kill of the game for him.
Yeah, great punish on the roam. Perkz trying to move down towards bot side, but FBI and Huhi backed up immediately. Closer moves over, Abbedagge moves over, and they catch Perkz in transition, just trying to get back towards mid lane. And now back to this top side. Fudge again, taking the bad end of some of these trades, but he does have his ult. I don't think Ssumday is low enough, but he wants to maybe look for it when he goes mini.
Yeah, at that range, and you know, if you're paying attention at all, you're just going to flash that one. But yeah. I mean, Ultra Flash is not the worst. Problem is you then get kited out as you lose the wave under your turret, so not really worth the payment.
Yep, so here it is one more time. They knew that he went down towards bot. Closer is here. Abbedagge is with him. You can see the ulti coming down from Xin, so it just means the spear is ineffective from Blabber, not in range to actually land that before the stun did end. And despite Perkz' best efforts, there's no way out. When Braum and Karma there, you're always going to get slowed down, chased down. So Perkz off to a bit of a rough start. Verisult does whiff.
Stepping though, Verisult. Now the Braum ult over the top. King pretty low, but 200 health still keeps him away from death. And they trade that one just fine. Closer gets a big chunk down on the Perkz. Ulti-less right now, just going to get run down. That Karma turns out she's a pretty good support. Closer having a great game.
Yeah, this one is not even close. 100 Thieves starting to run away with it already. Well over 2,000 gold lead before 10 minutes here. The solo kill on the top side. Perkz 0-3-0. Doesn't even really have good farm to fall back on. They're going to start losing the objectives here as the Herald will fall. The bot lane has been a struggle. You know, they're down 25 CS. Like, Cloud9 is getting slammed straight up. You know, all three lanes are losing, and you have a Nidalee, so it's not like you're really saying, all right, well, we'll just play for late. You've got to get things going. I think this is looking incredibly good for 100 Thieves. I mean, this is pretty straightforward, right? There's just not really a way out. Blabber can't commit to that fight, but they're looking for Ssumday.
Ulti in because of Mini Gnar. The health bar is one of the lowest in League of Legends, and Blabber and Fudge just on the chase. He's got Flash.
Yeah.
He's going to go up towards Closer and just gets away from the Javelin toss. He's going to be fine. One more auto will find the stun. Will it be enough to kill, though, is the question. No, because they're out of cooldowns. Perkz almost going to be rooted, actually, but Vulcan here to block everything out. There we go. Takes the Mantra Q. And ultimately going to stay alive, but that gold lead's still 2,500 and top lane's under fire.
Yeah, I mean, it's just going so bad. That tower's gone now, right? It's low enough that the tower should die. But Fudge does TP in. He has no ulti, but
run him down for a bit. There's the crash to take 2 plates. The rest of the turret, at this point, yeah, you can't even let it just die, so it gets the 2 plates you're going to get. You've got 3 minutes to walk back and auto it 4 times, so at some point we assume Ssumday grabs the 600 gold. That's going to be a result of that. And that's the expectation, but there's always a chance you can defend it.
Yep, there is a chance. It is a slim one, though. I mean, good job by Fudge TPing in. Otherwise, it would have been gone for sure. But because he didn't have the ulti, it was expended earlier. There's really not that much threat. You can see he's down, you know, closing in on 800 gold. Blabber's down a good 700. It's going pretty bad for Cloud9 across the board here. And it's going to be Shurelius, kind of as expected here from Karma. Perkz again trying to move, but 100 Thieves have a pretty good setup, and I think they can look to try to go for the Dragon at this point. We got the first Mythic completed for both your jungle and your mid. That duo is incredibly strong, and knowing that there's no TP on Fudge, as soon as he shows top, you should just start this up. I mean, Someday has the TP advantage.
He does, so I want to see if that play happens right now. Someday, 80% of the way towards Mega Gnar, and that means he can come down and really turn a fight. Here we go, Huhi frontlining, puts the ulti on, big shield, takes absolutely no damage. The re-engage, yeah, they just happen to take the fight because Vulcan started it, and it's going to be 100 Thieves to end it. They picked up one, they picked up two. Huhi gets a kill for his work, and Someday indeed gets to claim top lane first turret. 4,500 gold at 12 minutes.
This is a disaster. I mean, you went for a lot of early game power here with Renekton Nidalee, and you've gotten slammed. I mean, this is not even close. There's a 5,000 gold lead. Someday just got so much gold at the top side while you lost on the engaged bot side, and I've just got to question even going for that engage. Yes, sure, if it's the Karma face checking, but it's the Braum, and Karma's behind him. There's just nothing happening there. You're not even close to bursting him down. To make matters worse, you're losing plates mid, you lose plates bot off of this. It is now 5,000 gold lead here at 12.5 minutes. Let's watch this one more time. Cloud9 just already looking very, very desperate. Huhi does face check, but he gets the ulti out. He gets the wall up before he's really even taken any damage. Abbedagge is behind him. FBI just comes down. Perkz gets deleted, and Vulcan has no way out. Cloud9 are falling to pieces.
They absolutely are. It's been every single lane getting better and better and better. The one thing you've got is Nidalee's got good farm. Otherwise,
it ain't much.
Yeah,
but it's honest work.
It is honest work. It's just not going to do much to win you a game at this point, as everyone's pitching in pretty well on the 100 Thieves side. Obviously, the Someday solo quit level 2 was a good start. He got a little bit of help with Rift Herald, and now that matchup's never turning back around. Abbedagge, yeah, okay, he's fully supportive of Karma, and while we were worried, I think, at Champ Select of, hey, what's endgame look like? Because Renekton and Malphite and Leona can all just build a ton of armor and just tank all your damage sources. Yeah, when they're all up an item, they don't care.
Exactly, right? And the caveat I even gave when we were talking about that is unless Zen and Gnar really get going. And guess what? They have really gotten going here. We already have the Mythics completed for both. We have the tier 2 boots on top of the Zen. Yes, he's down in farm, but who cares? He's got 3 early kills. They grabbed the Herald. They grabbed the Dragon. They're up a lot of gold here across the board, and at this point, it's just got to be kind of like the Miracle Engage, the really big picks, because it's going to be incredibly difficult to really push through a Karma, as well as the Braum being defensive there with the exhaust. When you're already down on gold, you just can't really hit that threshold very often to kind of get past all those defensive tools that 100 Thieves have built in.
Well, good luck finding the way. Good luck finding that individual kill, because in almost every single situation, there's a panic button available. Hey, do you want to try to get onto Braum? Good luck with that one, right? Or his teammate, he's got the shield, not a big problem. Mega Gnar, sorry, he's just too big. Mini Gnar, he's too evasive. How about Karma? Shirelli active in shields? No, not going to happen. Sinjal's got the ult. You don't even have easy picks. I know I just named all the champions with their buttons, but that's just the case. You don't have these Akali Triss situations where you just run them down.
And they even have a lot of Merc Treads, right? 3 Merc Treads are already completed, so the CC is tougher to pull off. Unless you're instantly throwing out the spear when the stuns land, it's not going to be enough. They're trying to go for a pick here on Someday, but Closer is here as well.
It's good damage from Fudge, but how about the reinforcements? Blabber is here, Someday's kiting, takes to the Q. Flash comes in and they get that kill. So there's one picked up. Now Perkz wants to set up the rest, but he cannot get the rest of the range. It's only a single kill, but a single kill is better than they've gotten all game long. Perfect game off the table. Cloud9 get at least a single sign of life.
They do get the kill, but they lose the tower bot side. FBI is going to be so rich. He's way ahead in farm. He's, 20, not 2K, it's more like 1,700 or so ahead, but already has the Prowler's Claw working towards his Muramana, so full poke there. No more hope alive here for Freak. Nope. In a similar boat as Cloud9 in this game, I think. Not a lot of hope really remaining here. As Blabber did pick up the kill, I mean, he's kind of the lone strong member, but it's just like Nidalee in a team fight versus Karma Braum with exhaust is like, how are you going to make that work?
You're probably not going to, but yeah, you hold that hope alive, right? We have seen gigantic comebacks before. Of course they're rare. That's why it's a comeback. It's why you say this team is leading, because we've seen the games. We know 100 Thieves are in a good position, but big plays can happen. Big moves can happen. We'll see if it comes through here into this one. Mid lane turret at half HP. Just a bit of farm gained by King Vulcan, just too tanky to care. The ulti from Huhi means basically nothing. It's a cooldown missing. Might even still be down when the dragon fight happens, if there even is one. Cloud9 may indeed just say, screw it. First dragon happened at 12 minutes. Soul's going to be in a while. We can wait, we can farm, we can look for the side lane kills. When you go for a dragon, we'll go for a turret and maybe get the gold lead back.
Yeah, I think there's no way you want to contest this unless you get a pick before it, because you know they're going to be set up for it. They're going to have vision, and you are so far behind. You're really looking for those odd number fights. You're looking for 2v1s, 3v1s, those sorts of scraps where you can get a pick and maybe turn something around. But if it is a preset 5v5 and you're trying to check into 100 Thieves' side, it feels pretty much impossible unless you're getting, you know, a multi-man Malphite ult with the immediate follow-up trying to burst someone down. Like, if you can get that first insta-kill, then you have a chance, right? Because then the gold lead is essentially pretty much nullified in the 5v4.
And so they're going to knock down the vision. They want to own enough of the route towards Dragon. There's no contest, but Cloud9 still fighting for the wards because, well, they've actually brought the entire team down. No one's pushing in top lane. They're not playing for a cross-map play. They're playing for the 5-on-5, but here comes the push in for 100 Thieves. Closer going to flash in to look for the knockup. Gets one. That is Vulcan attack, but he jumps back away. Mega Gnar, though, sets up Vulcan, gets into safety, and King has knocked down Abbedagga. And now closes on the way out. FBI trades one back. It's a 4v4, and it's going to be Nidalee going 1-for-1 again. Looks like overall, though, 3 kills for 100 Thieves. Only 2 deaths, so it's a victory, unless you count shutdowns. Vulcan just lived the flash. Q, Huhi gonna claim it in the end. 4 kills to 2.
Yeah, Cloud9 decide they have got to risk it. They take the team fight. King got into the backline, assassinates the Karma, but they don't quite have enough damage to follow through. And the rest of the members here on the 100 Thieves side just continue the fight, pushing forward. It was a great start as well for 100 Thieves. You can see Perkz forced to flash out pretty much immediately. We're back to live. Someday wants more.
Flash ult could cleanse, but it forces his flash as well. So honestly, Someday, hey, 1 summon for 2, you take those. Out he goes.
Taxing those resources, because when you're this far behind, you kind of are praying that Kai'Sa can carry you. So getting the summoners off of Kai'Sa, very valuable for that next potential fight, because they didn't actually take the dragon. The dragon's still up, so we'll see if they want to go right back to it and claim that for themselves. But 100 Thieves just seems largely unconcerned about actually stacking this up, and instead looking for Vulcan again. He's got no flash. You're dead.
Yeah, Vulcan slowed up, stunned up, rooted in place again. Snipe comes across from the Varus. Vulcan, they even forced the Braum ult out. They finally attacked the Blast Plant. There we go. FBI 5-0-2, unstoppable. Catching up somewhat with Closer's KDA here, and they're off by 1. And okay, let's make sure none of the objectives can go Cloud9's way. Let's make sure we can take the top lane Rift Herald. Fudge battling a Mega Gnar. Yeah, Someday's got no problems here. Has the ulti if he wants it, but hey, his map, look, it's pretty dark. His team's outside of the map, so you chill. You don't go for the play, even though it would have been some free damage, because you don't know where the rest of the team could be, where the enemy team could be. But it means Cloud9 are able to grab this dragon. As you mentioned, yeah, the soul stacking is going to be super late if it happens at all. And hey, an objective picked up for the C9 side, sidestep by King.
I wonder if it's even intentional. You know, it almost seems like they're just neglecting the dragon because they don't want even a potential of like a soul or an elder this game, where Cloud9 maybe has that as a comeback mechanic. So it is kind of interesting because it feels like they easily could have taken it for themselves. Either way, still very far ahead here on the side of 100 Thieves. We'll see where they want to start setting up. If they look to start, you know, pressuring over on that Baron side of the map post 20 minutes here. Definitely have the ability to look for it, but it wouldn't be the fastest take, though it would be quite healthy with Karma, as well as a pretty solid front line there.
Yeah, I think their objective play overall should be pretty reasonable. Cloud9 obviously unwilling to give too much of it away. Some of these fights have looked a little close. They've had the elements of it. Again, the fact that King found the first assassination on Abbedagga, got the finished setup there, but that fight still went 2-4.
Yeah.
You know, the best Cloud9 looked was a fight where the other team got twice as many as them. But you know, occasionally cracks in the armor. That one dragon was picked up, and we'll see what it looks like next time. Yeah,
the itemization for the marksman is pretty frightening, though. You know, you look at 1 and then a little bit on the side of King,
yeah,
right?
But Phantom Dancer.
Yeah, I mean, we're already at 2.5 here for FBI. Yes, it is a bit cheaper, but still pretty terrifying. You know, if he's able to land a combo on someone, they may just die if it's one of the squishy members. Cloud9 looking to contest here a bit, but Closer just kind of running forward. feeling so confident. He wants any fight.
All right, walking in. Pretty good damage right now, and it's just Vulcan running away. Now, as Shrelia's pop, they disengage. Perkz showing up, and so is Someday. Mega Gnar, full bar. Perkz can't zone him out. They've already picked up a single kill. Mega Gnar ulti gonna miss, but Perkz, what can he do except walk away? Tries to get back in. Just movement speed. 2 legs gets away from the Malphite ulti. It's time to run away, and it's time for 100 Thieves to sit right where they are and go after Baron.
Yeah, the Karma speed up's there enough because it was a long-range Malphite ulti that Fudge was looking for. He didn't quite have his flash, I believe. 100 Thieves get the kills with no jungle available. There's no chance at contesting this, so 100 Thieves gonna grab the Baron for themselves. This game is an absolute stomp here. You can just see how confident they are. It's just a 3-man squad. Karma, Braum, as well as the Xin, just looking for any fight they can find. Perkz comes in on the TP, so they start to back off. And they do a good job of actually kiting up and away from the TP. Fudge is also down on that bottom side, so it's hard for him to get access. And then once they kind of reestablish their battle lines, they have Closer in the front, Someday zoning, they move the carries forward. Fudge now looking for it, barely doesn't touch FBI. That was so close, actually, to grabbing him. But to be honest with you, I don't even think it would have mattered, right? Like, this isn't an AP Malphite. He's not going to 100-0 this Varus who has Karma behind him. And there was no real ability for Cloud9 to pile in and get a kill even
King
afterwards.
King ults in, and it's probably not enough.
Yeah, I mean, I think you probably just die instantly if you ult in.
I don't disagree.
So it's pretty tough. And 100 Thieves on potentially the death march here. They have the Baron buff. They have a 10k gold lead nearly. And now they have the Rift Herald to boot. So do they just keep going? Perkz just now returning to base. They know they can't defend the inhib, so it's just how much do they go for?
Jump, stride breaker, ult backwards. A flash keeps Blabber alive, but not exactly safe as down that goes. Just have no problem stopping the Herald from crashing into the Nexus turrets. Indeed, that's going to be the case. But mid is broken in under 23 minutes. Next Dragon spawns a minute and a half. Red Bull Baron still on for a minute 40. And oh, look, there's a red buff to steal. That feels great. Yeah, please, I'll take that. No problem. Krugs too? No, maybe not, but bot lane tier 2 can be up. Sure, we'll claim this one instead.
Yeah. The wave is there, perfectly timed out. You can see this, even the stopwatch and FBI, and he still has both his summoners. Neither were committed. And you pretty much have to kill this guy, right? So it's going to be very difficult. There's Sterix on both the frontliners. There's a Karma buffing them up. There's Locket shields as well. Like, it's so hard to imagine the world in which you get a burst kill and win this fight. So 100 Thieves pushing forward here, poking them down. Half the health off of Blabber there from FBI.
Good Gnar. Zhonya's spies time for 1. Blabber not going to be stunned. The W's too early, but Xin Zhao dives right back in. Ult for Closer, make sure they get 1, and the second one comes down as well. Vulcan with flash, with ult, not able to cast them in time to stay alive. 2 inhibitors down already. Waiting for the next wave now. Siege the game, end it in the 5v3. That's the goal for 100 Thieves right now, as they collect the bottom wave. They look for a bit of Q poke. That doesn't mean a whole lot in the Fudge, but he's the only guy with any meaningful armor there. Shields come back in. Closer wants up. Big damage coming out of Perkz, but he gets the heal yet again. Stays alive. Thank you, Gore Drinker. And still, Fudge just cannot put out enough threat in the 3v5. The push forward. Flash getting away from the arrow, but there's still more damage coming across. Recalls come in. The respawns come in. And maybe there is a chance. The Nexus turrets are gone, but King is onto the backline. FBI will drop, but does not flash away properly from the ult, and they will trade back 2. Make it a 3rd. They are still going. 100 Thieves going to knock down Malphite as well as Mega Gnar crunches in for the 4th kill of the fight. 19-4. It wasn't even close. 100 Thieves slaughter Cloud9.
Big bounce back game there for 100 Thieves. They crushed them in this one. Really well played, creating massive advantages early on. Individual outplays. We saw the solo kill on the top side. We saw just straight up way better laning in the 2v2 on the bottom side. They were able to punish Perkz every time he tried to move from lane, every time he tried to go for something. Closer had very good reads. He was waiting behind Abbedagge when he had no flash, knowing they would look for the repeat gank, punish that. And with all 3 lanes losing, it just didn't feel like there was anywhere for Cloud9 to go. 100 Thieves did an incredible job snowballing the game, extending the gold advantage. I mean, this is a 23-24 minute win. They stomped them. And Cloud9, after having only 5 losses all spring split, start off summer with 2 in a row.
2 in a row. 100 Thieves.